well, a champion that would do rather well into the Vladimir, so kind of caught up in my words, but it actually does make sense.
But that seems very likely. It also makes sense with their comp because it seemed to be very Aatrox focused as eventually.
Onto Faker through all the bans and through the minds of everyone, and I suppose that's just another carry that Faker can play. Make it a little bit harder to get into the double tier mode, and now Faker has found score. He's going to at least try to force this ultimate to come out. There it is, the Lambs for Spite. Only going to last 4 seconds here. Can they get the follow-up kill? Faker thinking about it. Nicely done there by Blank. Is going to hit it onto Yukal, and that's the knockout. First blood. This time will go over to Effort with his Ignite. Fantastically aimed this time around by Blank.
Now Pyke's on the Rift again.
Well, it's level 5 to level 7. They are going to get that engage onto him. Smeb forced to flash away. Does feel like SKT won the strap, but uh-oh, there's going to be a huge gank brush here. They're going to lock down actually
Big
2 members in the
ultimate.
front, and they should be able to get Yukal here. That Pyke ultimate won't get it, but he does go down in the end and score with no help. They're trying to just kill him eventually. Waiting on that one, wanted to hand it over to Tal. That will be a 2-for-0. Here comes Effort with another great engage. They are going to get on top of Mata, who has nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and that will go over to Effort on the Pyke.
Tal hesitated for a moment, hasn't got Electrocute or Ignite, so doesn't have that little extra oomph as bot lane.
No binding here, and the exhaust on a Bang means a free kill. They didn't know that score was coming in. Was trying to follow up onto Effort, but that will be a nice handover.
Faker, and the results will probably be quite explosive.
So far, Yukal on the rise, just only meeting trouble, and it looks like more is coming his way. The 2-man kill. Blank and Effort, they don't even need Faker to help out with that one. The invisibility that can help him poke forward, and uh-oh, it looks like KT is in a lot of trouble. Nada gonna go down here as there's just no support. Even a TP coming in from SKT just in case. Gonna give over that extra gold to the Pyke kind of objective. That means maybe some kills here first. Looking for the pick. Here it comes onto Smeb. The Devour comes in and a double! Stun is going to come in, actually, from the Pyke, and that means that everybody from KT is on the run. Mata might go down here. He does not have any way to get out after flashing earlier on, and they finally find him, and they get the binding too. That's the score in the back line. That's going to be 2 kills over to SKT. Just owning face here up against KT.
KT think they can try to intimidate with that Rise ultimate, they can't.
No, they really can't. Trying to have a 1v2 is Tal. Bang comes over to try to help him. Tal may go down in the trade.
Baron's at about 2,000.
Bang getting low now. It looks like finally the Pyke comes over. Smeb trying to go 1v1. He is going to go down. No steal is going to go over as Bang, or rather Blank, is on top of the smite. And now the rest of SKT just on the run. Nice slow there by Faker and binding out of Bang. Everybody now just on the run away here from death. Will they try to turn it around with no bone skewer landing? That means they'll just run away.
To get the kills, someone has to die because there's no other frontliners for KT to help Mata out. But the binding on to score through the death.
Oh boy.
Speaking of bindings.
Mata gonna die again. That's just been the name of the game for him in this one.
KT know the Baron's happening, but can they even get there?
You guys can see the stacking onto Baron, that damage from the Sejuani, but there's the hook onto the Kindred, gets the Lambs for Spite off just in time. The GP ultimate does come down, and now Faker is trying to do that damage in the front line. Smeb's going to be flashed after. Actually, the TP from behind, but Faker in the back line is going to get a triple kill out of nowhere. And that Aatrox now is popping off, and here comes Tal. Didn't have his TP, but finally makes it in. Let's see how far they do want to push it in here. They do not have that Baron buff. It looks like they're edging towards the mid lane. Coming here again.
It's live or replay. We're trying the exact same play again.
Trying to get that binding onto Deft. He is going to dodge it this time around. Trying to go here onto Yukal. He is able to get away. In the end, the Sejuani ultimate comes onto Deft here. Here's Tal in the bottom side, trying to do that first damage to score and Smith, but nobody's going down here. Can they turn it around? Faker is going to be able to do enough damage, and they get the Pyke ultimate to get the 2 kills. And now that will be the 2 that may end this game as SKT is pushing it. Comes in from Faker. They're just going to be looking to push everybody aside. Smeb being ignited. They want some extra kills, and SKT. Effort gets low here, and Score is going to be able to get the kill, but everybody else is so low in the back line. A huge cheer from the crowd, and SKT has done it 2-1 in the telecom war over KT Rolster.
This is the one that will allow the SKT fans to believe. They've done it. They've beaten KT Rolster for the first time. The damage numbers will look good for the side of SKT, but the victory is oh so sweet.
There you go. It's so funny to watch your Morgana in the bottom lane, who's not even necessarily, you know, that carry champion, get the highest damage in the game, but who the MVP will be from game number 3, it will be Effort. And there was no doubt in my mind that we had to have this guy on stage. I'm so glad that we will. Well deserved from both of these.